What's up, guys? Another another video about time travel. And if you haven't seen my other videos, you say, "Well, it's not possible." It totally is possible. First off, we're already time traveling, right? We're traveling at the speed of light already. Why? Because that is the energy that animates you. That animates everything. You call it prana, chi. It's light. Okay. No one less than Nikola Tesla nailed it over a century ago. And Einstein said that energy equals matter times the speed of light squared. Well, that energy is light itself. Light equals mass times the speed of light times the speed squared. One of the extrapolations, things you take away from Albert Einstein's theory of relativity is, how many times is he going to say it? The passing of time is an illusion. Okay, our concept of this moment now, this is no more real than any other moment in space-time. It exists still. It's there in other dimensions of space-time. There are infinite dimensions of space-time. I know it's a weird concept, but as you research it, there's plenty of videos about this topic on YouTube. I think it can be clear to just the layman. You don't have to be a mathematics whiz to understand these thought experiments. And so if, just as this moment exists now, yesterday exists, it's there. It's a series of photographs. All of them are still there. That means that you and we exist in other dimensions of space-time. We're still there. That child Doug from 1980, who was way different, still exists. So knowing that, yes, it is possible to time travel. Now, I mean, the ancients left us signs everywhere that we don't actually die. Flesh and blood dies, right? No doubt about it. And sadly, I'm pretty certain I've died here just recently a couple times, not out of negligence, but just I saw a flash from the sun, a solar flare, right around New Year's. Um, so I definitely want to find a way. Now, the people that I love are still here, but I know that um, in some other dimension of space-time, they think that I've died. That's a heavy thought. Um, and two, we lost our niece last year, and want to find a way to make contact with her, if only in a dream, right? Uh, and here's another trick for you. The Eastern mystics will tell you, or this movies will tell you, like The Matrix. The human mind is basically incapable of distinguishing between what's real and what's vividly imagined, like a conscious dream. Think of the movie Vanilla Sky if you haven't seen that. You create your reality in your own mind, and that's the paradox that I think should be basic and obvious, that we always seem to forget. Um, and as your reality is slightly different than my reality, because our universe is in fact a star, and that's one of my breakthrough. Now, no one else I don't think has ever put that together. And our star is mirrored by a black hole. Duh, it's obvious. And those two, um, you know, dimensions are separated by an accretion disk, which perfectly mirrors an eyeball. So, guys, it's a game, it's a dance. You don't have to hate anybody. Let's work together on this. I mean, is there any doubt that this is what the universe wants, to understand itself, so that we're not always so afraid and so violent to each other, that we can make contact with people that we've lost? There's no doubt in my mind that that's where we're headed. So I'm just asking you to let's work together on this. These are the things we have to work with mathematics, understanding Archimedes' spiral. And Archimedes' spiral is a pattern that you see in nature because the world is rotating. The mathematics of calculus. I never studied calculus. It was way above my math, but I understand it in just a theory principle. It's the mathematics of this rotation of the Earth. Um, the universe is a Mobius strip. Look at what that is. It's basically a simple loop that folds back on itself, mirrors the Google sign. It also mirrors, like, if you think of the yin yang symbol, and then take that two-dimensional symbol and imagine a ball, a three-dimensional. You have this pattern, electromagnetic energy, baby, light. That's what animates you. That's what animates everything. And once you understand this, you now start to see all the wisdom and truth in all the major religions. I used to bash these religions for being, lies and just kind of a power grab for people's money and power. And there's still that aspect of a lot of religion, but it's a confusing place, this world. And these are all people trying to do the best they can to make sense of a confusing world. And for whatever reason, I've seen right down to the bottom of it. I have. And the answers came from the stars. And, the movies and songs and everything just fell into place for me. So I want to share it. I want to take it. Let's go. And there will be a big eclipse this August. Part of the theory I have, which I'm certain of, is that when we see a solar flare, that's a supernova in one dimension of space-time. It's a magic trick, and it's hidden by the moon. It blocks the dangerous, energy of that explosion, and it refracts that white light into the aurora borealis. The magnetic pull of the North Pole is what pulls these elements, all of the heavy elements, the gold, the lead, all the elements that are given off in a supernova are drawn back to Earth as actual matter, but also consciousness. Here's the trip, guys. Consciousness is light. And so it's cycle of rebirth. And it's beautiful and it's perfect. It is perfect. We just need to find a way to master time travel, and it should be done fairly easily with a simple device, a centrifuge, right? To counter in the understanding it's a trip within. All right, so I'm going to cut it off there. Please share, comment, question, and wish you well. Have a good day.